Hello and welcome to Sim.bc. Over the last year there has been plentiful of videos published on this very channel. Daily in fact, and sometimes even more. That gives rise to some of them not being up to par with the rest of them, and I thought, why not take a look at those specific ones and highlight them in what I would like to call a top 5 worst videos of the year here in this little recap week of the year. It's gonna be a good time for you, not for me, because I need to look at my gravest mistakes. Keep in mind, this is a highly personal list of my videos that I've made, and the list is going to be based on my anticipation of a video and how I failed to uphold that anticipation. Generally, my perception of how it turned out. Yes, this is gonna be harsh, but there ain't no way of postponing it. We're gonna get into it. So, without any further ado, mates, let's get into the top 5 worst videos of the year. So to start off this list of accumulated and failed experiments, we have a sketch that I made between the day 211 and 212, which is the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus unboxing parody sketch that I made, or at least it was meant to be a parody of all the unboxing videos that I'd seen leading up to my own purchase. Unfortunately, I don't think that message really got across. It just looked like a really badly made unboxing video with a lot of cringe-worthy and bad jokes. And to this day, I still cringe every time I watch it. I probably did so the day I uploaded it, but I thought, why not do it as an experiment? And well, the reason for why not doing that as an experiment is because now it is produced at the bottom of this list right here today of failed experiments over the last year. It was truly a horrendous sight to be seen, but there has to be those who are bad in order to have those that are good. Am I right, people? Am I right? Of course I am. And if you're in for a streak and a joy for that, then well, I have 4 more videos for you. And now we're looking at the phone. Picking it up, starting to look through the blank screen. Sliding into the number 4 spot on this list is video 218 about my Easter video. Yeah, this just wasn't the best. It was just such a disappointment and a desyncrasy between what I had envisioned for the video and what it actually turned out to be. I thought, why not sit down and enjoy some traditional food of my nation, of my country, show a bit of my culture, and truly enjoy this experience with everybody who wants to watch. It was just one small mishap. I talked for about half the video and didn't really eat anything, and once I started eating stuff, I didn't like it. Yeah, I think that the footage will speak more for itself, so here is just one snippet of that experience for you. Biting into some shrooms, which is always nice. It's like kind of the best thing here because, well, it's the one thing I've chosen to have that's not generally on the table, and what's generally on the table isn't that good. Some eggs. Yeah, it's disgusting. On June 27th, I had such a good idea. I thought, why not try and make a podcast where I explain my relationship with instruments, music, and songwriting, and so on and so forth. It's going to be the best thing ever. It undoubtedly wasn't, since it ended up on this list on the number 3 spot. It was just such a ridiculous mess. It was desynchronized. There was no clear, cohesive connection to any of it, and I was just talking over and over and over again, repeating all over again. Sure, I had some questions that I wanted to work off of and play off of, but the consistency of the video, where I was going with the video, and everything, I just seemed to repeat, and did I say I actually repeated stuff? This could have been an emotional roller coaster of me taking you on a ride with my past, describing why I actually got into music, and sure, to some degree and to some extent it actually did that, but it just happened to be delivered so much more poorly than I ever thought it could be. I thought it was a sure slam dunk, but now it ended up on the, well, one of the spots of this video as the 3rd one. Apology, wow, can't even speak today. Probably because it's so early in the bloody morning. It's all over the place. Now, what we're gonna talk about today, trying to focus on it, yeah, is music. Taking over the number 2 spot of this list is a video published by me on November 23rd, 2017, as of last year. Now, this was a video of my weekend in the Netherlands. You see, I had a leniency of going abroad quite a lot, and as seeing that this was the 3rd installment in the little series that I'd made on my channel, I thought it was a sure good old-fashioned video that was gonna hit home exactly as I wanted it to. Well, how much of a fool were I? why. Now, just to sort of explain how boring this entire video were, not only the contents, that it was grey and dark everywhere, and it was actually quite cold while trying to capturing the information and the contents that I was going to use in the video at the time when I was there, and compiling it wasn't the best thing because I had already used the music that I deemed to be the most interesting in previous videos of the sort of, say, in the playlist. The actual thumbnail of the video was a loaf of bread. Yeah, that probably shows you about how much excitement I got out of both making that video and, well, let me just roll this clip of how I actually got there in the beginning of our travels. It would pretty much sum up the entire experience, right? Even though it was a hilarious weekend meeting some friends, but it still had some hiccups.
It's 2 o'clock. I've slept for like 3 hours. Yay. Now it's time. Woo! Amsterdam.
Moving on to honorable mentions of this list. Well, there actually aren't any. You see, I didn't want to dig myself too far down and watch my videos very critically, you know, reviewing them in the worst light possible in order to see how bad they really were more than necessary. So we will just go straight in to the number uno, the number one, the number yeah, that's how you say it in French. Spot of this list, which will be video 219. Now, this is probably the most disastrous video that I have ever made. Not only were I forced to be outside in the cold, as I was in video top 2 here, but I also had to make it sort of funny, which I sort of missed entirely. Not to mention that this was the video coming out exactly after the Easter video that also made the cut for this top 5 video of the worst ones of the year. This is, of course, the April Fool's video where I was out walking around and trying to make the joke, why haven't I done this before? This was the bloody best thing I've done ever. But as I was outside trying to capture funny moments and as I was trying to make some funny moments happen, my DSLR sort of crammed up. I was new at using it, I didn't really know how to, and it was just such a bloody mess. I think that the video of that past and horrible time probably gives you and presents you with the best view of how bad it really was, so I will just roll a few clips of that, cringe as you will to your own content. I will not hold you accountable for it, because so do I.
Boy, does it suck to go up here. And it's 2 degrees outside. And this is like, crazy, why do I have to do this? I feel like such an idiot, I just wanted to go into the warmth. Anyway, this is totally worth it, am I right? Yes. Tropical environment. No, it's not that at all. I actually like this quite much. It's refreshing to say the least. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago.
Well, that was the top 5 worst videos of the year, and why am I happy? Some of these are just god awful, at least when I'm looking at it right from the lens of production, idea to actually making it. And sometimes it is just a horrific experience, but a good one nonetheless, because you have to keep this in mind as you're moving forward, right? A good failure story is better than any good success story, because you systematically go through and look at everything that went wrong, or everything really, in order to find out what went wrong, even though it's sort of obvious in some of these, unfortunately, but they're out there, right? Anyway, if you liked this video, please leave a like. If you have something that you would like to contribute, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen out there behind that computer screen of yours, or tablet, or phone for that matter, have a nice one. I'll see you tomorrow.